Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? We are super excited for our first All Things Childcare Instagram Live series. My name is LaShauna West, and I am a part of the All Things Childcare leadership team. And today, we are going to have an amazing conversation with Dr. Vera about baby-free play. If you are here, say hello in the comments because this is super duper exciting. I am so excited to literally be your concierge, your pilot, your spokesperson for all things childcare, because we believe in all things childcare, from parenting to baby milestones to baby sleep to work and play, everything. And that's why today our conversation is going to be around baby free play. So let me see if Dr. Vera is here because I want to invite her. Please share this with at least 5 people who need to be in on this conversation. And if you're like, you know what, I would love to have a conversation with LaShauna about all things childcare, send us a DM. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for being here. You are good. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Likewise. So Dr. Vera, today is going to be a fun conversation about baby free play. I'll have you introduce yourself to everyone and then we'll jump right in.
Okay, perfect. So I am Vera. I am a physical therapist with a board certification in pediatrics. I've done pediatrics my whole entire career. It's everything to me. I absolutely love my profession. I own a physical therapy and occupational therapy practice in Metro Detroit, Michigan, and it's a growing practice. We have many therapists that also love their profession, and I think that is the big difference with us and why we.
Oh, I think she just froze. We'll wait till she gets back in. Give me a 1, you guys, if you can hear or see her. She just froze on my screen, so I think she needs to rejoin. Super excited about this conversation. I see you guys coming in. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from. Put your city in the comments because we love to know where you're tuning in from. Dr. Vera is popping back in very shortly. And also, guys, my name is LaShauna West.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
Okay, it's okay. Listen, technology will always technology.
All right, we're back. So I have an amazing practice. Absolutely love it. I'm also a mom of 3 with my most recent little nugget coming. She was 6 weeks early. She came in April, and we're still kind of adjusting, recovering, and getting used to the new life with a little one.
Wow. You know what's so interesting? My daughter was 3 weeks early.
Okay.
And it's you know, we're so fixated on that date, and then when life happens, life happens. But the cool thing, this is your 3rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you're used to the random acts of kindness, if you may.
Absolutely. Surprisingly, though, I feel like every single time it's a bit of and being a new mom all over again, and every baby is different.
Mm-hmm.
And the adjustment period is different every single time. So in a way, you kind of feel like you know what you're doing and you have the support system, but it's always new and it's always hard, and it's just different every time.
Most definitely. All right, so we're gonna jump right in. I know you said you are super duper passionate about baby free play, and you mentioned something that I had never heard before. Syndrome. What was the first part of it?
We call it container syndrome.
Container syndrome. Explain that to us, and then we'll just kind of flow with the conversation.
Container syndrome is basically when we see a baby that is delayed, gross motor delayed, and we notice that mostly it's not from any kind of neurological issues or anything really going on with their inner system. It's more from the fact that we are relying and using containers too much. So we're talking about swings, bouncers, jumpers, walkers. We're just placing them in devices instead of allowing them that free play. And the biggest component to it, and kind of my soapbox, is that the baby marketing industry and the products are sold so well that when you are a new mom or about to become a new mom, and you go to the store to register, to do your baby registry, you feel like if you don't get this stuff, it's like you're less than. You know, everybody has this cool new walker. That means that I must have it. That means that it's going to benefit my baby. It's going to be great for me. When in reality, what I always teach my patients and their families is that these containers are great. I will never say don't use any of them ever, but we need to just really understand the fact that these containers are here to help us as parents to have a free moment to ourselves. They don't actually promote any kind of gross motor skills, and they can claim it all they want, but the truth is there's nothing that will ever be comparable to just placing your baby on a flat surface and letting them explore their environment.
That's a really good point. For those that are just tuning in, you're tuning into All Things Child Care IG Live series. I have Dr. Vera here, and we're talking about baby free play. And I asked her about container syndrome, and maybe it's because of the age of my daughter. Maybe this new verbiage I'm not aware of, but it was my first time hearing container syndrome. If you've ever heard of container syndrome, drop me a 1 in the comments. And the second part I love about what you just said is you don't need all the razzle dazzle. You can literally have a blanket, have the carpet, whatever it is, and let them roam free on the floor.
Absolutely.
And I think some parents do want all the bells and whistles and all the colorful things with all the trinkets, but it is interesting how when they market, they don't market motor skills. You're totally right on that.
Some of this stuff, they will claim, like, for example, if you look at a walker, they will claim that it will help your baby walk, which is absolutely false, because actual real walking does not involve a harness, does not hold you up. It does not provide the safety net. It allows you to fall, which is part of learning how to walk, is you have to be able to fall. And when you place a baby in a container, like a walker, for example, it just does not reproduce the same trial and error, the same muscles that we need to activate, the same balance requirements as natural progression of walking. Yeah. So some of this equipment will say, oh, it's gonna promote this and this and that. But again, what I always say, it will help you. Me, I'm a mom of 3. I do need a minute to myself. I need to go shower. I need to go wash the bottles, whatever it is. So I do want to place the baby somewhere safe. So if I place her in a bouncer, I know she's going to stay in that bouncer. I know she's not going to go anywhere. She's safe there. She's buckled. I'm free to walk away for a second. But will that bouncer teach her anything? Absolutely not.
No. And the bouncer should not serve as an ongoing way for them to maintain themselves or have fun, if you may. So let's talk about a few tips for baby free play that doesn't cost anything, that maybe most parents are not even cognizant of, that they have at their fingertips. What are your thoughts on that?
It's as simple as a blanket in most cases. So just putting a blanket down on the floor, putting some toys around, and putting that baby down on the floor on their back, and just watching them discover their environment. They're going to learn how to roll, how to reach, how to look up and down, track. If there's a ceiling fan on top of them, they're going to move, their head's going to move. They're going to learn a lot of stuff from that. Their vision's going to improve because they're tracking around the room. They're listening for your voice. They're listening for siblings' voices. So just that natural thing of just putting the baby down on a blanket is good enough. Now, in some circumstances, I do recommend something a little bit safer. For example, we have a big dog, and as much as I love that dog, I know that if she gets excited, she very well might jump on the baby. Yeah. So in that case, a playpen. So a little bit, and invest your money instead of a swing or a bouncer. Put your money in a playpen, so that way that dog, or maybe like a toddler, is not going to trample that baby on the floor.
Gotcha. Okay, so I see lots of people coming in. What questions do you guys have about baby free play? And Dr. Vera, I want to ask you a question. What is your most concern that you hear from parents, or even that you've experienced in the work, when it comes to the safety of the kids at a young age? Like, what is the most frequent safety issue that you see?
Safety issue. I'm not sure. One thing that comes to mind, I know that with rolling, it causes a lot of anxiety for parents because once the baby learns how to roll, they really need to be supervised a lot closely, especially during free play, just for the first few weeks as they figure out what their body can do. A lot of times what happens is that their body can physically do a lot, but their brain hasn't caught up to it yet. So if they roll over on their belly, and it's a super soft surface of some kind, like if you have them on the couch or something like that and there's pillows around, there is a bit of risk of them getting something in their airway. So that's why I say floor, somewhat of a firm surface. So we don't want it too padded. We don't want a big mattress, anything like that. So just supervision. And then when we're talking about the use of devices, that's another thing that also needs to be stated, is that a lot of the containers devices that we use, the babies do need to be supervised in those. There's a huge prevalence of injuries from baby walkers and emergency room visits from baby walkers, because a baby inside a walker can reach like something crazy like 5 miles an hour. Like they can go pretty fast. And at that speed, their body's doing stuff, their legs are moving, but is their brain developed yet to understand the risk assessments, to understand that if I get really close to that staircase, I'm going to fall down the stairs. If I grasp this cup that's sitting on the coffee table with hot coffee, it's going to burn me. Absolutely not. They don't understand any of that. So with a lot of these devices, even though they are meant to relieve the parent for a little bit and give them respite,
Yeah.
those babies still do need to be supervised. So it is a safety thing for sure.
Got you. So we have a comment. Brenda said, my 4-month-old used to like playing on the floor. I would be able to put him under his play gym, but recently started hating it. So I've been putting him in his bouncer a little more recently. And Brenda, I love how you're paying attention to your baby's response and not just going through the motions, like I would say robotic, like, okay, do this, do this. No, like our babies learn and grow and respond more every single day. And I love how you've been paying attention to that and changing up his environment. Wouldn't you agree, Dr. Vera?
Absolutely. And that's a hard age too, because this is where they get a big growth spurt, both cognitively and physically. And I think what's happening here is that this baby wants to see up higher, likely. They're probably kind of sick and tired of being down low and seeing adults way up high, and they want to be up high too.
Yep.
So probably for that age, I would recommend doing a little bit of baby carrying, facing out. At 4 months, they're safe to face out. And that's going to be a little bit of entertainment, bonding with a parent because they're still on your body. We still consider that a container, but I think out of all the containers, baby wearing is my preferred method.
I love that. So listen, before we wrap up, what would be like if you had to share something with a newer parent who, as you know, parenting has no playbook, okay?
Yeah.
No rule book, no blueprint. But when it comes to baby free play, because I like quick, easy to remember things, what would you tell that newer parent about baby free play so they can keep that with them?
Less is more. Less is more. You do not need all the fancy stuff. All you need is a blanket. You can use some like kitchen utensils to entertain them. You know, you can use a blank piece of paper, take a black marker and just scribble, because babies, especially young babies, they don't really see the pastels. They see the high contrast items. So if you do a black and white card and put it in front of them, a baby mirror is great. Or just if you have a floor mirror in your house, putting the baby in front of that floor mirror. Just less is more. You do not need all the stuff. You can make it work with whatever you already have in the house. And a lot of times the stuff that is really forced upon you and like, you know, you're kind of guilted into buying because everybody else has one, it's actually not the best for their development. Now, I would say that if you need a rest break as a parent, use that equipment. Absolutely use it. You need to do you need to survive. Motherhood is hard. Use the stuff, but be mindful that the stuff does not promote anything except you getting a rest break.
That's good. Less is more. So listen, Dr. Vera, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to chat with me. Easy peasy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. We're definitely going to stay connected with you. Can you let our audience know anything that you have available for them to tap into, or any way that you can support them if you have resources available?
Absolutely. So on my page, I provide lots of videos and tips, motherhood tips. I also answer messages really easily. So please message me if you had any questions, comments, concerns about your baby's development. We're going to also do a regular Ask Me Anything on my page. So you're welcome to ask a question in there, and then we can discuss it, and I can help you out that way.
Oh, I love that. Ask me anything. Awesome. Well, Dr. Vera, thank you so much for tapping in with us today. We appreciate it. And guys, make sure to follow her right there above. Just click on her name, follow her. And if you're not following All Things Child Care, make sure to do that. And Dr. Vera, we'll see you later.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
So everyone, before I wrap up, I just wanted to share some updates with All Things Child Care. So when we have our IG Live series, there will be a link in our stories so you can get on our exclusive access list. You're going to fill out some quick information and you're going to get access to the replays, because these replays will not be available for everyone. You'll also get priority Q&A if you have questions and things of that nature, and our weekly email newsletter. So stay tuned to our stories. We are so excited to roll out our Instagram IG Live series. My name is LaShawna West. I'm one of the leaders here at All Things Child Care. And lastly, we want to know what topics you want us to bring to you, what experts you would love for us to have. And we have something really, really cool coming up, because I know you guys are passionate about baby sleep, right? And we have some sleep experts coming up this month. Again, thank you so much for sharing and coming in to enjoy with us. If this was helpful, please send us a DM. Let us know what you loved about it, and let us know what other topics you would like. We'll see you next time with All Things Child Care. And actually, tomorrow we're going live again at 6 p.m. EST with another guest expert. We'll see you later. Have a great day, guys.